Good morning, my lovelies. I'm Karuana Gatimu, and welcome to another episode of Mondays at Microsoft. We're coming to you live this morning. I am happily returned from vacation. I feel all zen. I'm still the director of the Customer Advocacy Group for AI and Collaboration at Microsoft, and I'm joined by my lovely friend.
I was gonna do a big like, woo, like I'm very zen too. I'm Heather Cook and also back from some vacation and still the principal community evangelist for Microsoft 365 Advocacy Group. How are you? I haven't talked to you in a smidge.
I know. I feel wonderful. I really do. Like some tree bathing and some vacation and
Yes.
sitting on a chaise lounge is actually really good for me. I highly
Yeah.
recommend it to all you folks out there. If you're not taking your vacation time, what are you doing? Stop
Yeah,
it. Take care of yourself.
exactly. Yeah, I know. I did staycation here in
Mm,
Los Angeles.
yep.
So like dipped into the Getty and LACMA and
Oh,
a bunch
nice.
of
It's
art
beautiful there.
stuff. Yeah, it was very cool. So
That's
goodness.
super wonderful. I wrote on my blog even, just because I wanted
Hey.
to. It was really great. I enjoy that.
Uh,
I
awesome.
like
Well,
doing it when I want to do it, and
mm,
it's my
mhm,
blog, so I don't ever have to do it.
right.
But sometimes it feels like, oh, I've got to get my blog done. But no, this time I was like, oh, I have an idea. I'll write on my blog. Okay. As I'm looking at the trees and my little
Yep.
computer, it's great.
Yes, it's good. Well, we're getting back into it. I mean, it's
Yep.
September for goodness
Now's the
sakes.
time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
so
mad rush, right, to the
it
end of the
is.
year, so I'm glad I
Yep,
feel rested because woo, we have a lot going on. So
absolutely. Yep,
let's
and,
get into it.
totally. Yep, and, we've got a new, AI initiative for the US, bringing cutting edge AI tools and training to classrooms across the US. And we're going to look at how AI can help save hidden biological hotspots the planet needs. And Caruana, what are you going to talk about?
We're gonna talk about the upcoming OneDrive event. Do you folks have that? Let's check it out. We have so much about in OneDrive that is gonna transform the way you use Copilot in OneDrive. Let's take a look at what's coming in this amazing event.
We
Stick around
know
for the
you want to
next
work
30 minutes.
smarter and get stuff done. OneDrive is ready when you are with a litany of AI features for home and work. With intelligence in every click and inspiration in every memory, OneDrive continues to bring you secure and smart features that make it your personal genius. You'll want to hear all about what we can do to power your day and all your file storage needs at our event on October 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll take you through a product showcase of the most important features to show you how OneDrive uses Copilot and AI to be more than just file storage. Then, ask your questions to the makers who build OneDrive in our live Ask Microsoft Anything event. This is a must-watch event for anyone who saves files, takes photos, or collaborates with the team. Copilot and OneDrive are here to make sure you get stuff done every day.
This is how you know you've been on vacation for a little bit. I forgot I was the voice of that promo.
I know. I was
I
like,
know.
that's awesome.
That sounds like I do I know that voice? I know that voice. That was
I
a
was
little
like,
kind of meta for me.
you're like, and here I am, and here I am. So yeah. Now, y'all, you want to stick around for the next, 20 minutes here. We've got a lot of exciting news to share. So, and also please hit all those buttons, the like, the share, report, subscribe, all of that stuff. Caruana, do you want to thank our beautiful sponsors here
I
for these
do. Let's thank our sponsors
sponsors?
that we can hear on our fantastic microphones. We want to make sure that we thank Shure, who makes sure, has sure that hasn't helped. We ensure we sound great in all of our expansion into the podcasting world. If you're in meetings all day like we are, and you're not using Shure, you need to try their microphones built for home office professionals. Thank you to the lovely people at
Yes,
Shure. We adore you.
absolutely. We surely do. Ha ha. Okay.
Oh, Badoo, boom. Very good, Heather. Very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. Let's get into the big rocks, Caruana. Take it away.
Okay. Let's talk about Microsoft's commitments to empower teachers, students, and job seekers through AI skilling and learning. Last week at the White House's AI Education Task Force meeting, Microsoft announced a sweeping set of new commitments to support the AI Challenge, and the AI Education Executive Order. This marks a major step forward in bringing cutting edge AI tools and training to classrooms across the US. Microsoft Chairman and CEO Satya Nadella joined the meeting and outlined Microsoft's commitments to empower teachers and students, build AI skills, and create economic opportunity. This is important because obviously, AI skills in this particular sector need to be addressed. We have a long history in working with the government in this sort of type of commitment, and it's a very important thing. We also have more things that are going on. Microsoft's analog optical computer cracked two practical problems to show AI promise. And this week, we want to dive into this breakthrough from Microsoft Research. I love these folks at Research. They do such amazing work. And this one could reshape the future of computing and AI. In Cambridge, a small team led by Principal Research Manager Francesca Parmigiani, I hope I said that right, has built an analog optical computer. And this is a machine that uses light instead of electricity to solve complex problems. Let that sink in, folks. Light instead of electricity, right? What makes this stand out? It's built entirely from commercially available parts. Think micro LEDs, smartphone camera sensors, and optical lenses. And the goal here is to create a device that's 100 times faster and 100 times more energy efficient than traditional digital computers for specific tasks. Unlike binary systems, which, crunch ones and zeros, which we know, the AOC uses physical systems to perform computations. And this allows it to tackle optimization problems, the kind that power banking transactions, logistics, and even and even healthcare diagnosis with remarkable speed and efficiency. In real world tests, the AOC successfully handled complex banking transactions, doing batches of financial operations, and more. But here's the kicker. The AOC shows promise for AI workloads, potentially running large language models with a fraction of the energy and time required by today's GPUs. Of course, we want all this AI investment to be as sustainable as possible. So a move like this forward is a huge deal. So check out this amazing article, and a big shout out to the folks at Microsoft Research who are always pushing the boundaries of sustainable development kind of across the board. It's amazing stuff.
That's super cool. There's so many things going on with AI that, we can hardly keep up with, but, that's why we do this show. So it's good. And a shout out to our MGCI board and regional leaders who are helping out with our AKA links. Thank you all for being here this morning. Always appreciate you. We'll go into another Big Rock segment of how AI can help save hidden biological hotspots that the planet needs. So this last week, we were spotlighting a powerful intersection of AI and environmental stewardship. So Microsoft's AI for Good lab is supporting a groundbreaking initiative by the Tulalip tribes in Washington state to protect wetlands, those often kind of overlooked ecosystems that are super vital for climate resilience and biodiversity. So wetlands store carbon, they absorb floodwaters, they cool down cities, and they filter pollutants. Yet they're vanishing due to urban expansion and agriculture. In the Tulalip tribes, the partnership with global research team Teal Waters are using an AI-powered tool to locate and then restore these hidden biological hotspots across their reservation and ancestral lands. The tool layers, they do aerial imagery. They have elevation maps, hydrologic data, and local expertise, really giving communities a holistic view of their wetlands. So with support for Microsoft's AI for Good lab and Azure Machine Learning, Teal Waters is accelerating its work to help tribes manage their land and tell their stories more efficiently. As Steve Hinton, a conservation scientist with the Tulalip tribes, puts it, much of the tribe's culture relies on its reciprocity with the land. AI helps us ensure and understand moisture on the landscape in a way that's crucial for our culture and environmental resilience. And Chief Data Science Juan La Vista Ferez says Teal Waters' work play with a critical role in shaping a sustainable future. AI helps us better understand rich, diverse ecosystems and prioritize where action is most urgently needed. This is a really compelling example of how AI isn't just about tech, it's about empowering communities and preserving culture and protecting the planet. So we've got a few things in our In Case You Missed It segment. Caruana, do you want to tell us what's going on with Ribera? Yeah.
Yes, I would love to tell you about that. That is fantastic. The Tulip Tribe, by the way, is awesome. Fantastic work they're doing there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Rivera and how they're using AI technology in the healthcare sector. This story is near and dear to my heart because you've ever had a complex case where you had to coordinate across multiple providers in multiple places. You know how stressful that can be in the United States with your insurance company. And Rivera saw this problem. They're a private healthcare group that operates in Spain and Portugal and Central Europe. And they're using AI and Microsoft technology to revolutionize these situations. They created their tech subsidiary, Futures, developed the Senora Citizen Portal. And Senora actually means artichoke. And it relates to the multi layered experience that this portal does. It goes beyond the typical portal that allows you to book appointments and upload lab results and engage in teleconsultations via Microsoft Teams. It coordinates care across providers, allowing teams to build personalized digital health plans and monitor them in real time. This is fantastic work by these folks, and it's a compelling example of how AI and cloud tools like Azure can help health systems rethink how care is delivered, right? Being able to create this multidimensional team, which is so necessary in complex cases and for your overall holistic health. This is a fantastic article. Definitely check this out as these folks make healthcare more efficient, personalized, and scalable. I love this. I love this.
Have you seen Scott Hanselman's videos about bringing basic back?
Yeah, I
I,
have. It's amazing. You know, that's
he
the
was
first thing I learned, right? Oh my Lord.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, like, I think it was 7th grade for me when we were doing, code like the original like basic coding, learning about computers. Yeah, but y'all know Scott Hanselman. Scott's the vice president of our developer communities. He's a great partner of ours. He partners with us on our global community initiative and many, many things and is such a great speaker at so many events. But he just wrote an article all about this. And if you don't already follow him on LinkedIn or on TikTok, you should. The Hansel Minute is, I think, his blog, and it's great. But he's been talking about how Microsoft's 650 Basic is now open source. So, for decades, fragments and unofficial copies of Microsoft's 6502 Basic has circulated online, right? And it's mirrored on many retro computing sites and it's preserved in actually museum archives. So coders have studied the code, they've rebuilt it, and they've even run it in modern systems. So this last week, for the first time, Microsoft is opening the hatch and officially releasing the code under an open source license. This is so fun. So Microsoft Basic began in 1975 as the company's very first product. Gosh, it's amazing. And so a basic interpreter for the Intel 8080 was written by Mr. Bill Gates and Mr. Paul Allen for what, y'all? Yes, the Altair 8800. So that code base was soon adapted to run on other 8-bit CPUs, including the MOS 6502, the Motorola 6800, and 6809. So you can hear more about this time and hear directly from Bill Gates on the Microsoft Learn website History of Microsoft video series or by visiting Bill Gates' blog. So again, if you don't know Scott already, definitely check out his videos on this. He's showing like the using of all kinds of different computers and everything, and he breaks it down really beautifully. So the journey of the story is really terrific. So definitely check it out. That leads us out of our In Case You Missed It segment back into product. And I think we're going to pop back over to you, Caruana, to talk about this fabulous OneDrive event, right?
We are, we
Yeah.
are. Although I just have to give another shout out to Scott and his
Yeah.
TikTok videos. You know, being on social media nowadays for me is about a curated feed. I'm very
Yeah.
picky about the folks that I follow and what I let come into my space from social media.
Yep.
And Scott is definitely one of those people on all his platforms, and he does great work out there and interviews really interesting people. So definitely go and follow him, check him out.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about something that's also near and dear to our heart, and it is this
Yeah.
upcoming Copilot and OneDrive event. You know, we've been talking about Copilot and OneDrive quite a lot. But we've been talking about OneDrive for a long time, OneDrive and SharePoint. We've OneDrive has come so far from the days of OneDrive is for me and SharePoint is for we. That's the old way of thinking. OneDrive can be the center of your productivity in so many ways, and it's you can integrate it in with the Teams channels and SharePoint sites that you use so easily now. And we're so excited for our third annual OneDrive digital event that's happening on October 8th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific. I want you to join us live because we have a fantastic show for you. And we're going to have the actual product makers there for a live AMA after the show itself runs. And my team's really excited about this. We're getting to produce this year with our friends over in marketing and in product. This is what makes our job in customer advocacy so fun, is being able to do this digital event. And it's an in-depth product showcase. So I guarantee if you watch this show, you're going to learn things that you never knew OneDrive could do. And you're going to hear about the new things that are coming, but really focused on what you can do today and what is available to you in OneDrive. Jeff Teeper and Jason Moore will be joining us, and we'll have exciting presentations from the OneDrive product team. And I'm just really excited about this. You can register, make sure you get save the date onto your calendar for that October 8th time. If that is not regionally a friendly time for you, it will be available on demand, but we definitely want you to be there live. And I think we showed the promo already, so we don't necessarily have to show that again, but we appreciate the fact that we've got all of this great stuff going on for this event. And this allows you to focus in on some of the things that are at the heart of people's productivity experience and make sure that they have the basics down, right? Understand the basics of Microsoft 365, put those Copilot capabilities on top of it, and then you can supercharge that experience that folks are having. So make sure you head over to ak.ms OneDrive event, register today, and you can also join our monthly OneDrive office hours for more in-depth product demos and live Q&As from the product team. And make sure you're following them on the social platforms for the latest news as we lead up to our event. So it's going to be fantastic. I will be there on October 8th, so make sure you claim your spot now. So that is fantastic. Now, let me go over to another topic that is so exciting. We want to talk about audio recaps. Have you used this yet? Oh my goodness. It's like a mini podcast for your meetings. I love this. We're spotlighting this game-changing feature in Microsoft Teams, and it's available for dog food across desktop and mobile right now. And it's designed very much like a podcast. Audio recap lets you catch up on meetings in minutes, summarizing key decisions and actions items in 3 distinct styles. And you can pick from these styles: executive, right? Dual host format focused on strategic insights; a newscast, which is like a single host, fact-driven delivery; or casual, which has a conversational tone with a lighter touch. I'm a fan of the newscast. I get all of the information that I need about that meeting because we're all double booked on a regular basis. So maybe you're commuting or multitasking, or maybe you just prefer audio to actual text. This feature ensures you can stay informed without having to watch the full recording. Because, if I had time for the full hour, I probably would have gone to the meeting in the first place, right? So these summaries give you an alternate way. And this goes to the heart of multimodal information management and learning, right? Everybody learns differently. Everybody takes in information differently. So you have this choice. You can read the recap, or you can use the audio recap for this. And also these recaps can be used in more than one format, because Teams will let you turn these recaps into a polished SharePoint news post. And you can use authoring Copilot. And so it'll streamline the content creation from that meeting for org-wide updates, which I always want to do this. I want it to be fast and simple. And now I got my wish. So this innovation isn't just about convenience. It's about empowering users to consume and share meeting insights in ways that fit their workflow. So I really want you to check this out. Think about the different people you have and the different roles in your organization where this could be helpful, and give us some feedback on how it's working for you. Audio recaps and Teams. Yay.
I love it. I was thinking about executive voice, newscaster voice, more
I know.
conversational. I was like,
It's true. It's true. It's kind of like that a little bit. I like being able, I like that they were smart enough to build in those different modes for it, though,
yeah,
because
I like
everybody
it.
wants to get something different from a meeting. And you
Mhm.
can't always get that as easily from that written recap, although there's
No.
different styles of recaps now too. So,
Yeah, full
it's
on.
great.
Yeah. especially great when we're traveling too. Like for
Yes.
me, that's such a great. And also, you know what? When you like are like in the middle of the day and you're like, I need to go and take a walk, like you can get on there, put it on your, with your phone. I love it. So thank you, team, for thank you, team's team for making that happen. It's super awesome. So yeah, it's a very Sylvain, absolutely. It's a very time-saving feature too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. So super good. We got some other cool stuff happening in the business intelligence area of the biz too, and with GitHub. Let me tell you about the remote GitHub MCP server, which is now available. Very cool. So that's a big milestone in GitHub's AI integrated developer tooling. So the server enables AI agents like GitHub Copilot, Claude, Code Cursor, and others to interact directly with GitHub data. So it's streamlining workflows across your pull requests, your repositories, and more. So some other key enhancements include secure OAuth 2.1 and PKCE authentication. It's replacing personal access tokens with short lived credentials. And it's got some really deep integration with IDEs like VS Code, Visual Studio, JetBrains, Eclipse, and Xcode. So the server also introduces centralized policy control for MCP access and supports premium tools like the Copilot coding agent, which automates bug fixes, feature builds, test improvements, and even opens pull requests autonomously. So additional features, there's tons of them, y'all. It's free secret scanning, which sounds really fun, with push protection for public repositories and integrated code scanning alerts for early vulnerability detection. And it's got so many expanded capabilities as well. So a lot of this is all happening also in real time with that real time GitHub context. So internally, a system generated email could confirm the creation of a vanity link for a blog post, enabling internal redirection tracking as well. So the release really represents a huge leap forward in enabling scalable, secure, and intelligent development workflows. And all of those really detailed things that I would just listed off are super important for coding and developers. So this is really, really exciting. Next, I also want to highlight the August edition of the Power Apps Pulse, which is a monthly series where Microsoft highlights the latest incremental improvements in Power Apps. So this past month, they focused on a couple of updates that make building apps smoother than ever. So first, the Plan Designer now goes beyond manual table replacements, and it will automatically suggest existing tables when generating your data model, which is going to save you time and keep your solutions consistent. The other one is the general availability of user-defined functions, or UDFs. So with UDFs, you can centralize logic, you can reuse it across your app, and they even include behavior functions like notify or collect. And so these are now ready for production, and you can learn more in the official announcement blog. If you aren't already following this, definitely bookmark it. It comes out monthly. It's called the Power Apps Pulse. And then another super cool thing in this realm and area is the launch of Copilot Studio Agent Build-a-thon. So in a time when AI is obviously reshaping how we work and connect and solve problems, this Agent Build-a-thon invites teams across organizations globally to step into the future with Microsoft Copilot Studio. So whether you're a seasoned maker or simply curious about what Copilot Studio can unlock, the Build-a-thon is your chance to experiment boldly, learn rapidly, and build agents that solve the real needs of your business. So starting this month, PowerCat, an awesome team that I used to be on, will host monthly virtual agent build-a-thons. And so this is a hands-on, team-based experience designed to really accelerate the understanding and adoption of agentic AI. So over the course of 3 weeks, participating teams will explore Copilot Studio's capabilities through guided sessions and expert demos. You're also going to build custom agents that solve your real-world challenges or enhance internal workflows. You're going to access a bunch of experts through office hours, Q&A channels, and you're going to accelerate that build. And then you're going to share your creations through storytelling, demos, and documentation. So there's a high level for the 3 weeks of the Agent Build-a-thon at the link below, and you should definitely check it out. Sign up and get a team and do something fun together this September. That would be super cool. That leads us into more goodness, which is our community and events section. And you can check out all of these events always on our one-stop shop for Microsoft community events at communitydays.org. And this week, we want to do a spotlight on Experts Live UK. And their event is coming up September 16th. And this event is produced by a great group of folks who host events around the world. They serve about 5,000 attendees. Myself and Adam Harmitz, Vice President of Product, and my Skip Level Manager, we are going to the Experts Live New York City as well. So very excited about that. But this Expert Live UK event is going to be fantastic. If you are in that area and want to get signed up, definitely check it out. And if you're in New York City, come on down and talk with me and Adam in October. So what's going on? What just happened? What's the past? What did we have? We just had a couple events. August was a touch lighter because I think folks are on a bit of a summer break, but we had two free events happening in Ohio Valley and India. And then we're going to jump right into what's coming up. And again, holy bananas, we've got a big list as usual. So lots of great things coming up. The Agent Con in Singapore is happening this week. I saw Donna Sakar post about that. She's there with Ducks from AvPoint and a bunch of other folks, and Hank from that team kicking off Agent Cons. All of the Agent Cons are also now all listed in the communitydays.org site, which is great. So you can see what's coming up. A lot's happening in Asia right now. We also have Collab Days Finland that's coming up, the Baltic Summit, which we highlighted a couple of weeks ago. The Dynamics Con regional meetings are happening as well. And then you've got Collab Days at Bletchley Park happening too. And then in the paid realm of ones that, so those were the free events that you can go to, or a nominal fee. These are the community produced events, which are paid events, which coming up, Branson, Missouri, always a great event going on right now that's put on by one of our board members, Mark Rackley, and that team. You got the FabCon coming up in Austria and Europe, so that's going to be a great event. Cloud Built Identity Days, ESPC coming up in Dublin. All of us from our team are starting to work on that event right now. Very excited about that, and the FabCon coming around in March. I just saw it. I think it was, again, August was the moment when everybody like put their events in. So I just saw a giant like whoo. So next week we'll have even more that have just landed on communitydays.org. Very exciting to see what people are planning coming into 2026. So it's going to be great, and it's super busy. And just, one of the things that we do, for community is about belonging, and belonging is about showing up and, showing up and talking together about things. And, Karuana, I know this is so important to you as well, in that, like meeting in person, right?
Yeah.
Being able to say hello to each other, break bread together, talk about things. It's so important as humans. And, these screens are fine and good and we love it and all of that, but it's just the in-person, the IRL is so great. And just a big thank you to all of you out there who are producing events and putting these things on. You volunteer your time and energy, and it's super important. So just thank you for that, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
And, everybody out there knows that that's where Heather and I got our shirts out there in that community. And it is important to make those human connections. So, yes, thank you to everyone. I'm excited to get to go to some of those events
Yeah.
that are going to be coming up. And my little group that is in Phoenix will be having an event in February. I think we need to get it in Community Days. Big shout out to them. But all these folks are volunteers. With the exception of the paid events that we list on the site, every other event you see, and even the paid events, have tremendous volunteer staffs that are
Yeah.
helping to make sure new people have a great experience. So it's very important. I love that in the comments, there were some great questions about OneDrive. One especially, shout out to you, Deb. That is an awesome question to bring to the AMA. I will find you an answer to that in terms of GDPR and the ability to use OneDrive. I know it can be confusing for people who are end users, and I've got some new recommendations. One of the things that we're going to launch at that OneDrive event is new adoption materials and playbooks just for OneDrive to address some of these types of issues. So those are going to be available on October 8th on adoption.microsoft.com. I think we'll have all the answers to your questions there. And for the other question out there, no, there's not a limit to how many people can attend because it's a streaming event. So we want everyone there. So you won't have to like save your seat early as you have to do in an auditorium. That is one of the advantages of making sure that we do these digitally. So make sure that you get there. But I always come a little bit early just in case there's any technical difficulties. But
Yeah. Can I
questions.
shout out Cherie really quick? So I met in Atlanta and she became part of our panel. And I just saw that you became a mentor for the Women in Power mentorship
Ooh.
circles, which we talked about last time that we were on. So I believe that there's still openings for mentors for the women in power. And so
Oh,
yeah, very cool that that's happening right now as well. So a shout out to you and thank you for doing that. And thank you to everyone who signed up for that as well. And then also lastly, I was like, oh, I just scooted down and I was like, can't forget, we just said hello to a bunch of new Microsoft MVPs. That always happens on the first of the month. And so, welcome to all of you who are newly minted MVPs. Thank you for what you've done in the past to get you nominated and get you to be a Microsoft MVP. And welcome to the party. So, very excited.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And yes, Deb, another great question. You will have an ability to list those monthly user group meetings on the Microsoft Tech community. They will flow over to communitydays.org. The team has been working on that. Even while I was on vacation, I'll get an update from the team when I go to my meetings later today. And follow us out there on the Microsoft community page on LinkedIn, but also the news desk on the MTC. And we'll be publishing a blog about that very soon. We'll
Yeah.
highlight it here. So if you come back and see us in our next episode, which I believe is September 22nd, if I
Yep.
recall correctly. Yes, it
You
is.
betcha.
We will be talking about those things and more. So, and I love the comments here. Hopefully, we answered everybody's questions. Thank you for coming and joining us. We
Yeah.
love being with you every other Monday morning. We'll continue to highlight products, specific product features in this show so that you can get a little bit of insight into everything that we're releasing and all that adoption
Cool.
content and all the good stuff and all our events. And I see Heather, you want to say
I
something?
got one more. I got one
Okay.
more. Rob Nunez, shout out. He was
Oh,
so
huge.
great when he filled in for
Let's.
you while you were out. So, Rob, that was awesome. You did such a great job. Look excited to have you back again at some time in the near future. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Rob's a fantastic partner. We love these guest hosts. You're going to see some more of those too. We want to use
Mhm.
this platform to make sure that people get their moment.
Yeah.
It's important when you build a platform like this to share it with others. And so I'm really excited to be able to do that. It's definitely one of the things that gets me up in the morning and makes me come back
Yep.
again from my very happy vacation. But I want to come back so I can do more fun stuff for other people.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
All
Okay, well,
right.
we'll see everybody later. Thank you so much for
Yep.
joining us. Have
See
a
ya.
wonderful week. Bye-bye.
Cheers.